Hello, 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 hello. Georgia Brundy II, your favorite veteran, and you're here at OTM, Out the Mud. And today we are going back to what should have been the second interview, but it didn't happen because, life is life and you got to deal with it because when you're coming out of the mud, you ain't going to get nothing that happens the way it's supposed to. But we are back again with Terrence O. Sales, and he is here. He was in the hospital. He was at the doctor's yesterday. He was in medical rehabilitation yesterday. I'm gonna let him tell you where he was when we get to that, but I'm gonna reintroduce him and let you know. So, uh, join us today as we explore the amazing journey of a Flint entrepreneur from his transition as a felon to becoming the holder of two bachelor's degrees, founder of an urban youth mentoring program, CEO of an award-winning barbecue and catering franchise, an amazing entertainment personality on his own media platform called Flint After Dark. And also, he's a critically acclaimed author of three published books. Today, we have with us Terrence O. Sales from Flint, Michigan. Hello, Mr. Sales.
Hey, how you doing, man? It's a great pleasure, as always, to be to get to come on with you, my brother.
Man, I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to sit down with you and get to know you a little bit more and the things you're doing and have done.
Right. Yeah. You guys, y'all can see I'm laying back in the bed. I just got out of rehabilitation. So doctor's
Now,
orders
when you say
say
rehab,
every day
T,
to stay in the bed.
you saying rehab, you make it sound like you went to rehab like
Physical,
for AA.
physical rehab.
Okay,
Yeah. Physical rehabilitation. I mean, rehab short for rehabilitation is rehab. That's short for that. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
We don't want nobody to think that you getting out of AA or
no,
you
no.
going to drug rehab. Which is nothing wrong with that for everybody that's going through it to change their life and get better. But I want folks to know that you was sick. You physically,
Yeah, yeah,
medically
yeah.
sick.
I had surgery. Yep, I had surgery. Yep, yep, yep. I was sick. It wasn't no drug rehabilitation or no alcohol anonymous, like you say. Physical therapy
Okay.
rehab. Yep, yep. Physical therapy rehab. That's why I'm laid back in the bed now. Doctor's orders to take it easy.
Gotcha.
Well,
Awesome stuff.
my name Terrence O'Sales. Lifelong Flint residence. I drunk the water. Um, I've been in it to win it. Ex felon. When in, I got home in 2010 originally. Then I got in some more trouble about 2014. I want to say 13, 14. And I asked God when I was sitting up in Midland, Michigan at the federal holding. If he sees fit to get me out of this situation, he ain't got to worry about me no more, man. Um, I've been clean since 2015, man. I went cold turkey. I went from the streets to being a law-abiding citizen, man. I didn't wing myself or nothing. I just went cold turkey, man. I had a son in 2015, and I said, my son will never, while my son on this earth, I'll never sell no drugs or nothing like that. So I've been clean since 2015. That's 6 years, man. I've been clean from the streets, man. I'm proud to say that, and I just want to make my mother proud, man. That's why I do what I do, man. That's why. Then 2016, I graduated. Uh, well, for my first degree in 2017, I graduated. Um, and I handed all my degrees straight to my mama, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I brought her so much heartache and pain, man. You know, nine carloads of police pulling up to the house looking for me and stuff like that. You know, I just want to make my mama proud and prove to myself and the world is more than just drugs, man. I mean, I used to be, man. I was when I realized I was addicted. You ain't got to be a drug dope fiend or nothing to be addicted to the lifestyle, man. When I was addicted to the lifestyle, man. I could have about 2 or 300,000, man, and I'm sick if I ain't got no drugs. If I ain't got no drugs to sell, I don't want to be bothered. Don't call my phone. None of that. I'm upset, man. And then while I was sitting in cause you got to do classes to get out of prison, and I was sitting in like an NA class, narcotic anonymous type. They make you take shit like that, even though you never did drugs or nothing. They make you go. They humiliate you and try to Anyway, I'm sitting in that class, and I said, you know what? I was addicted. I was addicted to getting money, and I was addicted to selling drugs and shit. And that's when I realized that I was, what I'm saying, I had to do better, man. And when I came home, like I said, I was on the straight and narrow for like 12 months. As soon as I got parole, I got right back in the game. And anyway, God seen it fit. He got me out of that last trouble, and I ain't lot, you know what I'm saying? I ain't let him down. I've been I started Fat Boy Style Barbecue and Catering, um, BFP Global Marketing Team, um, a cleaning company, Clean Queen Cleaning Company. I write under I wrote 3 books. A Flint water crisis called Black Water. That's it up in the corner. You can see it's up right up in the corner. And I write under the urban genre, which I wrote green pieces of paper to lick and nothing to something to come up. And I write under Speak for the Streets Entertainment. That's my own entertainment company. 2.2 2.2 pounds publishing. It's my publishing company. Um, I also founded the Flint Urban Youth Mentors. We did a lot of work during the water crisis, man. Like from 2015 to current, we was in it to win it. I did some things with you and Big George Cooper. We've been trying to get the community good clean water and vegetables and stuff, and what I'm saying, resources. And I just changed my life, man, just for the better.
Right.
So that's that's it in a nutshell. That's a recap of everything. You know what I'm saying?
So, and that's amazing. That's awesome. Now, you told me you have 2 bachelor's degrees. What are your bachelor's degrees in?
One is in marketing and one is in business.
Okay, marketing and business. So
Yep.
you did all the work you need to do in order to have those pieces of paper to say that you have a bachelor's degree. I don't have nan degree to nothing, So
Hey,
and I didn't
but you
try to
know,
go to school a few times, but I just it's like my concentration is super crazy when it comes to that kind of stuff.
yeah, but
I'll
but,
read all
but
day
you know
long,
what?
but
But you
if
know
it's
what,
something,
brother?
yes sir.
It ain't nothing but a piece of paper, man. You don't need no. You know what I mean? It's just telling you that you completed a service. That's all, man. It's in all of us, man. Um, intelligent. We all intelligent, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta find it within inside, man. Them degrees ain't never pieces of paper, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say it don't mean nothing to me, but I'm just telling you, there's no knock against you because you don't have no degree.
Right.
You're a smart, intelligent brother without a degree. You know what I'm saying?
And
I
I
always kid.
appreciate that.
Oh yeah, yep, yep. I always kid with myself and say, I got street degree and I got a college degree. You know what I'm saying? Because I most definitely had a street degree. You know what I'm saying? And I just want, like I said, I want to take my mama that piece of paper, man. I want to just prove to myself and make my mama proud, man. That's basically it, man. And like I said, man, that piece of paper don't make you intelligent, man. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could have told me, you could have told me different if that you didn't have no degrees. You know what I mean? Whether you know what I'm saying, whether you have them or not. 'Cause like I said, you're an intelligent man, and You know, and you conscious, man. Conscious. You try to do good stuff for the community. You do good stuff for the
Hey,
veterans. You know.
Terrence, I know you used to being on the platform and giving people their ups, but this is your turn. This is your turn. I'm
Okay.
giving you your ups.
Okay.
Look, you doubled up on the degrees and they bachelor's degrees. I'm just saying that, you know, in our community, that's to be, commended.
Right.
To your story is so authentic, and and it's a Flint story for real, from during the era where we now know that the government purposely put crack cocaine into our community in order to kill us, and to tempt us because of all of the different things that it brought along with it. There was a lot of economic up end on it, and it was something that was simple to move around, and it was a lot of um attraction to the means of how to
Yeah,
sell it and how to move it.
yeah,
And,
it
and you
was
have a
most
story
definitely.
that comes from that conquered the all of the negativity that was supposed to come out of it.
Yeah, it was most definitely designed, man. It was designed. It was a setup. They put us in the projects. They put us in low income housing. Like you said, we didn't have no airplanes, none of that. They brought the drugs over. They brought the guns over. You know what I'm saying? And when they started caring about it, the war on drugs, when it got to the suburbs, when it backfired on them. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you're absolutely correct. And
Yeah.
it was
Now, how,
designed for failure. It was a design, man. It was designed for failure, man. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Like
Yeah.
the Constitution and all that shit, man. That shit wasn't wrote for us. I'm talking about us as black man. That was shit of black people. That shit wasn't, and the laws wasn't for us, man. That's why I say all this shit is designed against us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, they say it's not, but if you break it down in the layman's terms and go sort the shit out, it wasn't none of that for us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
13 Amendment, all that shit, man. I wasn't written for us. You know what I'm saying? But we strive for better days, and we figure a way. We always figure a way. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about black man. We gonna figure a way, man. And I know, and I'm gonna say this. You probably know what I'm gonna say. I'm not prejudiced. I'm just anti what I am, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm pro black. I'm not prejudiced. I got a lot of white friends. I know a lot of good Caucasian people. You know what I mean? But I just feel that a lot of those laws weren't meant for us, man. They weren't wrote for us, man. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, that shit was designed, man. The drugs and shit was designed to keep us down. And
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm just
I'm with
glad.
you.
I'm just glad I overcame my addiction. I was addicted. You know what I mean? I was addicted to selling drugs and getting money, man. Like I said, I can have 200,000 in the safe, man. If I ain't had no drugs to sell, I was upset. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, I didn't realize then that I was addicted. But when I went to the joint, when I went to the prison, I had time to think.
Now, how,
That's
how much how much time total did they take away from you? How much time did you have to spend behind the
I
walls
did. I did 5 years, man.
total?
Yeah, total. Yep, I went to like 8 different penitentiaries and shit. Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff, man. That's when I learned um it's a lot of it's a lot of good guys, man. It's in prison. It's more slime balls in the world, man. And in prison, it's a lot of good guys in there. Everybody didn't do what they said they did. And the comedian Monique, the comedian, she said every black person is like 1 foot from being in the penitentiary, man. And I believe that too, because it's all, the odds is stacked up against us even more. And there's a lot of good guys. I met a lot of good guys in prison, man. And not to say I want to go back or nothing, but you
Right,
know, and
understood.
I met some old wholesome white guys too. You know what I mean? cause I wasn't on that cause I went to this one facility. The white people sat on one side in the chow hall, and the black people sat on the other. It was like some shit out the '60s, bro. It was you on one side was the white people sitting there eating, on the other side was us eating and shit. And
Mm.
I was like, man, I was like, motherfuckers really brainwashed, man. You know what I mean? And I just had to get better, man. When I went to prison, man, I had time to get my mind and body together. That's where I wrote all my books at inside the penitentiary, man.
Okay,
Uh,
well let's take it back a little bit. See, let's go back to how was your life growing up here in Flint? Tell us a little bit about that. That what got you
okay,
to the
okay.
point.
Well, actually, I was born in Hurley Hospital. I was I'm from Beecher, Michigan. That's where I was took from the hospital to Beecher, Michigan. Parkville, Amy Jo Projects, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Amy Joe's. I know him as
Yeah,
Amy Joe.
okay, Amy Jo. Um, I went to Daly Elementary, Dolan, Beecher High School, but my father and my mother was split up. So I had on the weekends I was in Flint every weekend. I didn't miss a weekend. I was in Flint, and I grew up in Beecher though, and but
Shout out to
childhood
Man
was
Man and
good.
Muffin them.
My childhood was good, man. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna give you no story that we ate the government cheese, and we I grew up on noodles, and I ain't gonna give you that. My mom worked in GM and my dad worked in GM. Um, I ain't gonna give you that story. It's just sound like um when I was 18. No. When I was 17, going on 18, my mama said either you abide by my rules or you got to get out. I grabbed my garbage bag of clothes and I got on, man. I used to squat in abandoned houses. I used to walk the streets all night. I used to sleep in the old Hurley Hospital emergency room. I act like I want to see going to see emergency, and I sleep in the old emergency. You know what I'm talking about? They got it's updated now. And
Yeah.
I like I said, I walk the streets at night, squat in abandoned houses, stay at a couple of friend houses every night. I was determined to do what I needed to do. Cause I mean, you know what I'm saying? I felt my mama turn her back on me, but she at the same time she did me stronger. And my pops wasn't buying the shit, so I couldn't really go stay with him. Well, I could have would
So
have
what
stayed.
was you getting a lot of trouble
It
when
was
you
too
was
many
younger?
rules. Huh?
Did you get in a lot of trouble when you was younger?
No, no. Typical childhood. Paper route, Flint Journal paper route. We played basketball on milk crates, touch on the street, tack on the grass. Typical child. No, I mean I skipped when I got older, like about 15, I skipped school and stuff like that. But I didn't really get to know. Nah, I didn't get to know. I didn't have no juvenile record. If you want to put it like that. Um, Nothing like that. Just a typical childhood, man. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you this though. I grew up on this street. It's called Titan. It's right off of O'Brien. I don't, you might have heard of O'Brien, Neff Road, O'Brien. It's right in that way. It's right
Yeah.
back at Amy Joe. And everybody on the street all my friends I grew with had a father in the house, in the household. I didn't have no father in the household. I'm not saying that that's what did it, but everybody on that street had a father figure in the home. And I had a homeboy, man. He's a doctor. Shout out to Ulysses, man. Ulysses Grant. He thought I was making up the story when I was saying I sell drugs and all that shit because he was like he used he was used to me being like we didn't come from no hard times. And I said, man, when you went to college, when you turn right, I turn left. I said, man, I had to explain to him that I wasn't capping. It was the young kids say I'm capping or lying or making some shit up. I said, nah, man, everything. I went to the streets. I said, when you went to college, I went to the streets, man. You turn right and I turn left.
So
And
why do you think
it was
that you
hard
did
for him
that?
to believe. But I said, you know what, though, Ulysses? Y'all have father figures in the home. I'm the only one on the block didn't have no dad in the house. I see my dad on the weekends, but during the week, y'all live with y'all dads in the household. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had a mom and a dad. I'm the only one don't sit on the street out of the crew that didn't have no father figure in the home. I had a father figure, but I didn't have it in the home. You know what I'm saying? I think that I think that mean a little bit, but it don't mean that much. Because you're gonna be what you're gonna be. When you get 17, 18, that's what 18, 19, that's when you determine what you're gonna be, man. If you're gonna be a crook, you're gonna be a crook. If you're gonna go to the military, you're gonna go to the military. If you're gonna go to college, you're gonna go to college. That's I don't care what your upbringing was. You could have been the pastor's child. If you gonna be, if it's in your mind to be, you're gonna be a criminal. That's what you're gonna be, man. You got in your mind, I'm gonna be the biggest drug dealer that the streets ever seen. That's what you're gonna be. Or I'm gonna be the best doctor or lawyer. You know what I'm saying? It's that's that. You know what I mean? I was trying to explain to my homeboy that I didn't have a hard life coming up, but I turned to the streets. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a drug dealer, and that's what I did.
So that's what
You
you want. That was your desire in life to do that.
no, it fell in my lap. Um, remember I told you I used to walk the streets at night and all that stuff. I was homeless,
Yeah.
basically. Okay, so one morning, Stevenson Street store. Never forget this. One morning I go in
Hey,
Stevenson Street
T,
store.
before you go,
Yeah,
let's make sure we keep names on the minimum.
ain't finna be no nights. I'm talking about me. Stevenson Street store, man. I walk in, you give me a burrito and something to drink. That was gonna be my breakfast. And the bottle dude was getting fired right when I walked in. He had did something. And Arab was like, "You want a job?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" He said, "You start right now." So the store that the neighborhood was in was drug infested, prostitutes. We call it Hamburger Hill. Shout out to all my Hamburger Hill boys. I ain't gotta say no names. Y'all know who y'all is. Hamburger Hill. Prostitution was on there. Any drugs, anything you can name was right there. And I got cool with the guys in the neighborhood because I was working at the store like every day, all day. And they invited me down. They invited me down, and that's how it happened. They invited me. They gave me a place to stay, invited me down, taught me how to sell drugs, and that's how it happened. It fell in my lap. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Hamburger Hill, man. And Steve was in the fifth, man. But that's how I started, bro. It fell into my lap. I got a job at the corner store, and the neighborhood guys accepted me. And I went on, and you know what I'm saying? Though, now, mind you know, I'm from Beach. I'm way down on Stevenson Street. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that happened, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no desire, you know what I'm saying? But that's it fell in my lap. That's all I knew for, I want to say, shit, at least 15 years, man. I at least had a 15-year run. That's all I knew was selling drugs. So I couldn't think of nothing else to make no money. I couldn't. There's no other way to make money. There's no job gonna do me good. There's no.
So what
You know
kind of
what I
money
mean?
was you making?
I was making good money.
Like what? What would you call a good week? Tell the truth. You ain't got a cap.
Oh no, I ain't no capping. I don't never cap. I can't. Put it like this. I can't put a money value on it, but I could put it in drug terms. When I went from getting an eighth of a key to getting um turning three keys into six. You know what I mean? And I was selling. I was selling 3 keys a day. So that's when, you know what I mean? I can't put no dollar value on it. I just, you know what I mean? When I went from, like I said, an eighth of a key to getting 3 keys, turning them into 6 keys, it was good money coming in, man. You know what I mean? I used to stay in Cancun and Jamaica and stuff like that. It was no, I had all the finest cars. You know what I'm saying? The baddest of the women. You know what I'm saying? The nicest of the nicest of the apartment houses, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Whatever money could buy, you had.
Whatever money could buy. Yup. At that time, I had it, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I went overnight from, like I say, copping 4.5 ounces, which ain't shit, to getting 3 keys and selling 3 keys a day. I'm turning these three into six. And I'm selling 3 keys every two, 6 keys every 2 days. You know what
So,
I'm
so
saying?
during that time, what were your biggest concerns and worries? You doing this in this fast paced life. We know what the stereotype is about the violence and danger. What was your biggest fears or concerns at that time?
Um, Going to prison, going. No, 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 no. That was my secondary thought. My first was for a nigga killing me. Motherfucker jump out the bushes. You got guys, man. Like you got professional drug dealers, which I was a professional drug dealer. You got professional jack boys. That's their job. Is to get your routine. I'm riding down the street one day. I get a phone call, and it was this chick. She said, "Do you go to Detroit almost every day?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Do you got a storage out at such and such, such and such?" I was like, "Yeah." She said that. She said, "You got a problem." I said, "What's that?" She said, "You got somebody following you." You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no police. It was a jack boys. It was some jack boys and shit. So, um, that was my biggest fear, man. Getting robbed and killed. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, secondary was going to prison, because I know I could. I know I was strong. I was a strong individual. I could survive prison. I knew that. You know what I'm saying? But my biggest concern was getting killed, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a motherfucker coming at me bald face. You know what I'm saying? Me no mask on, cause they ain't got no mask on. 9 times out of 10, they gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? And um, one night, never forget this. One night, I had just got a Grand National. I had just got a 87 Grand National. Man, I went and put some. It was the same week that Mr. Allen's open. Right.
Okay,
Okay, it was the same. It was the same week. It was a big thing. Mr. Allen's was just in Detroit. It was a big thing for
right.
Flint.
That
So
was
yeah,
yep.
I went up to Sam's on Cloud Road and got me some rims, some spinning rims, some 22s, and we hanging out at the new spot. Then I was promoting one of my guys. I had, because I had a few artists. I was promoting the Black Crow. I don't know if y'all know him, the Black Crow. Anyway,
Okay,
I was promoting the Black Crow, so we went to JD's. We went to several different clubs. I had just invested like $4,000 in CDs, so I got to get my money back. So we everywhere, and
did you make your money back?
oh yeah, yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Crow
Okay,
said hell yeah. So we pulling up in my driveway. We about to wind down. We pulling up in my driveway. I never forget this night, man. We pulling up in my driveway. Um, I got they Crow and my brother B, rest his soul, R.I.P. B. Got out the car and opened the garage door for me, so I could cause my garage door was my garage opener was broke, so they opened the
okay,
garage door and I pulled in. I stayed in my rearview mirror. Soon as I pulled in the garage, I seen about 3 guys running up the driveway with guns and masks on. At that moment, I'm like, they either finna get me, walk me in the house, and rob me for everything I got, or I'm finna use this car as a weapon. Man, I put that motherfucker in reverse and tried to run them niggas over. They shot the car. Boom, boom, boom. They got a couple shots off. Um, I went straight to my nephew's house and got one of his assault weapons. Cause my family's in the house. It's in that home. So I don't know if they finna kick the door in or did they run off or I don't even know where Crow them at. Cause like I said, I just put the car in reverse and mashed the gas. So I get back. Like I said, I went and got an assault rifle from my nephew. I get back to the house. Um, Flint police pulling up the same time I'm pulling up. Man, only thing saved my ass. I went to school with them niggas. It was two niggas I went to school with, and I threw the rifle in the back seat and covered it up. And I had it, anyway. To make a long story short, I had my doors reinforced with extra steel, and one of the bullets had you know how your casings how the casings flat
Yeah.
when they and I took that casing out. Dude was like, "Damn, man," because it was like it was an inch from coming out, man. I had reinforced my doors, man, for shit like that. And I took that casing and I made it into a chain, man. And I to never forget that moment, man. Cause that motherfucker down there pierced. They had some armor piercing ammo or some shit. That bitch down there came out. And I never forget that night, man. And like I said, man, that was my biggest fear. And then not to bore you with these stories. Oh man, I was man. Look, I was robbed 2 times, attempted robberies 2 times in 1 week, man. That's when I was like, I got to do something else, man. Motherfucker tried to rob me on Christmas Eve. I should have been at home with my family. I'm at the spot trying to. They were some amateurs though, cause they took a. I bluffed. I yelled. Cause they caught me outside, cause I had my drugs. Damn it, you hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay,
hear you.
I had my
You still
drugs
here?
in the trunk. I don't know what. Hold on, some. Hold on a
I
second.
hear you. You just froze.
Hold on, it's. Hold on. It's an app popping up. I'm supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. Hold on a second. There we go. Um, like I said, I was keeping some drugs in the trunk of this old car, and I guess they had peeked me out. So I come outside on Christmas Eve to go in the trunk to get the drugs, and they was right there. It was like three. It was three of them. You know, they had a long rifle. They didn't have no pistols or nothing. They had a long ass rifle. They looked like amateurs. And I bluffed. I yelled in the house like, bring the heat up, bring the heat up. Wasn't nobody even in the house, man. And these motherfuckers ran off. And then one time I pull up to the store, motherfucker jump in the back seat of my truck and just start wailing me with a gun, man. Just busting me in the back of my head with a gun, man. Where the drugs at? Where the drugs at? I got out of that one again. I bluffed down like I grabbed my pistol, and he jumped out. You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of attempted robberies on me. Um, and that was my biggest fear, man. I wasn't scared to go into prison. You know what I mean? Because it was what it was with that. I know I would make it to prison, but I didn't want to get no 20 years or no shit like that. You know what I mean? And like I said, I had a clean record other than traffic tickets. I didn't have no juvenile. People gotta know that it's a point system, man, in the feds, man. It's a point system, man. You ain't gonna get no 100 years, man, unless you um a drug kingpin like BMF or somebody. You ain't because it's all of a point system. It's a point system, man. And if you ain't really got no record, it's a slap on the wrist, you know. Like I said, I did 60 months, which they call it a meatball in the joint. 60 months, they call it a meatball. That one you know what I'm saying? They say you could sleep for 60 months. You know what I'm saying? So, but um,
That's a long time to sleep. I wouldn't want to sleep that long on nothing.
no, you're right. You right. But that's just the old, you know what I'm saying, old terminology, man. Them Them tough. They act like they tough guys. They cry at night when them lights go out. When they cut the power off, because in the facility it's lights out. I don't know how the military was, because I know you was in the military. It's lights out. Certain time of night, power out. They cutting the cable and they cutting the power off. They cried at night. The toughest niggas. They cried. They cried, goddamn it, because I was one of them. I cried. I cried many nights, man. You know what I mean? So motherfucker can talk that tough shit. They can sleep 60 months and it's a meatball. It all matter, man. You know what I mean? It
So
all
so
matter.
you know, I wanted you to get out what you wanted to say about your story and everything. And this the first time on my platform that anybody got this raw and your like we're gonna have to put a parental guidance on this
Oh yeah.
conversation
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
because folks is listening like what he said. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a lot of because
Yeah.
folks is gonna be sensitive to
Hey,
what
but
you're saying, but
this out the mud, man.
it's out the mud.
It's
So we
out the
still gonna have
mud,
to label
man.
this one with the censor
This
label.
real life shit, man. You know what I mean? This real life shit. You know what I mean? It's like I went from shit to I went from sugar to shit to sugar to shit again. Like I said, I used to be a squat. I used to be homeless, man. You know what I mean? I was homeless. I was homeless coming from a good family, homeless. You know what I mean? Like I got some homeboys that grew up with the roaches, the dope fiend mama, and shit that really, really they got out the mud type shit. I didn't grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? But we ended up in the same place. We took different routes getting there, but we ended up at the same you know what I'm saying, destination. You know, it's different routes to those destinations, man. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I'm glad that you found that there's another direction to take and got tired of that life and lifestyle. You know, I never done anything like that here in the city of Flint, ever. But it was a temptation to me. You know, it was a few times that I wanted to jump in, but I had my friends was such good friends. The ones that I had that was
They
out
wouldn't
in the streets,
they wouldn't
they
let you in. They kept
they
you. They sheltered
no,
you
it
away
wasn't
from
that
that.
they wouldn't let me. They gave me the warning. They're like, "Hey, Grundy,
You don't want this,
you do what you want to do, and I help you get there. But you ain't built for this. You're
right?
not built for it. You know, uh,
That's the
everything
cruel. That's the cruel reality of it, George. The game ain't for everybody. I know you heard that saying before.
most
Game,
definitely.
the game ain't for everybody.
But see, this was the dilemma
You
also
know
for me growing up here and being a young adult here, is that because it was such a high concentration of that lifestyle, and I got family and friends everywhere. If something would have happened and there was some kind of raid or some kind of bust or something, I would have went to prison too with everybody else because all I'm doing is hang with family and friends where they at.
Yeah,
You know,
you was a product of your environment.
right?
You was a
I
product
go
of
out.
your
Look,
That's all. You know what I mean? You was a product of your environment, man.
this was my introduction to seeing what crack looked like. I was catching the bus going to homes because I grew up over on the north side over by Pearson and Saginaw, and we caught the bus on
Okay.
Aubrey Street, Aubrey and Pulaski, and to go to homes. And my friend, we was in the I was going it was in the seventh grade. He had crack in his bus pass, and I'm like, "What's that?" He was like, "Crack." And then he pulled out this ring. I said, "Where do you get that from?" It's all shiny and glittery and everything. It's like the teacher, such and such. I said, "Why they give you their ring?" I sold them crack. I'm like, what? So this is my intro. So it's not. I didn't ask for it, and he didn't ask for it. But his his story was that he did it because he had to. It was, I had some friends that did stuff and sold the drugs to keep they parents off the streets. So they can have access to this thing. They sell it, but they keep their parents from running these streets to go look for it.
I mean, shit, man, you got to do what you got to do. Like I always like so. I'll give you an example. Like suburb kids versus suburban kids versus inner city kids. Um, we trying to get out. They want to come in. Like I had this one homeboy. They was well off, man. He down there. He trying to run down there with us with the den of thieves and sell crack with us. When you didn't have to. He didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? I so after once I got introduced to the game, I sold this shit to take care of my family, man. I was taking care of my family. You know what I'm saying? That's why I sold it. But a lot of motherfuckers, man, like I said, I don't know. I had did a show on that before. Why do suburban kids want to come to the ghetto when the inner city kids trying to get out the ghetto? You know what I'm saying?
And, and
It's a sport. It's a sport for them. You know what I mean? That's a sport. They doing it for the fun of it. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
some of them maybe, but it's the reality of what some people consider real life. And when it comes to decisions and choices and things like that, and some people want to be able to say that they got it out the mud too, or they came from the bottom also.
See that?
and
See
and
that?
it, and it's not a necessarily a fun thing to say that you come from struggle, because you want to come from a place to where you at least have resources
See,
to be able to chase the ideas that you have, so you don't have to take these second routes.
see, that's why I was upfront honest with you when I told you my mama worked in the gym and my dad worked in the gym. Every every story ain't out the mud, man. You know what I mean? You got you just like some motherfuckers say that shit to make it sound good. I had to sell drugs. My mama, my mom was on welfare. My daddy an alcoholic. You know what I mean? That a lot of motherfuckers be capping, like you say, lying, man. That's why I kept it. That's why I kept it real with you up front. Like I didn't have a hard upbringing. Like I said, I know a couple homeboys that did have that type of upbringing. You know what I mean? And it ain't nothing for them to be. They ain't not proud of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
That's,
my father,
that's
my
to the
father
shame.
had
That's to the shame
a
of it.
rough upbringing. My father had a street upbringing, in a lot of senses. So, for me, I feel like this: if I go backwards or I go into the things that he raised me not to get into, then I'm going down the stairs when he trying to raise me to go up the stairs.
I'm glad you said that. Let me touch on that. Let me piggyback off that. I always tell all my boys to this day, you a street nigga or whatever you want to call it, drug dealer, street nigga, and if your son is a street nigga or a drug dealer, you a failure. You a fucking failure. You gotta break the chain somewhere. Like my son, he's 6 years old now, but he started telling me when he was 4 and 5 he want to be a police, and I'm all for it. I'm like, I want, back 20 years ago, I would, want to be a police. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. I tell him, son, be the best police you can be. If that's what you want to do, long as you don't do what I did. You know what I mean? And that's what's wrong with most of these motherfuckers. You running with your son, you done raised your son in the street, and now y'all selling drugs together. You and your son, man. No, man, that's some weird ass goofball. That's some goofball ass
But
shit, man.
but but also in a
You know what I
sense,
mean?
also in a sense, Terrence, a lot of careers are based on what your family does. A lot of doctors, they become doctors because that's what runs in their family. Lawyers, because that's what runs in their family. Military, they go there because that's what runs in their family. And so when you have someone that is institutionalized in a mentality and they're comfortable with where they are, then your children are going to follow, especially if you
I
don't
mean,
have the mentality to change
yeah,
that or
yeah,
feel there
following
should be
you.
a difference.
Yeah, I can see him following you if you was a doctor or a
But see,
lawyer
let me go
yeah,
here.
but I
Let me
can't
go
see
with.
him
Let me
following you.
go here with.
You was a
This
drug
what I'm.
kingpin.
This what I'm saying right here. So I we both grew up here, and I went to Pearson, Summerfield, Holmes, Northwestern, Southwestern. So I know people that came from the environment that that's what they were taught. It was taught. There was no issue with what was going on, and that was the life that they got involved in because that was the training that they had and the
I mean,
options to be able to succeed in that were
okay,
available.
I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying, this is me. This is me. This is my opinion. If you a street nigga and your son become a street nigga, you a failure. That's just my opinion, man. I understand
And,
exactly. I understand what you're saying.
and
That's
to
just
me, it's all based on a person's mentality because just like okay, you do a lot of cussing when you talk, a whole bunch of it,
yep.
and people are going to be offended by how you talk, the words that you use and everything. They're gonna ask me questions like, "Why did you let him on you?" Because I know that you're a real person, that you have an authentic story, and I want you to tell it. But based on how you speak, that's where you come from and your viewpoint. I'm like this. I try not to judge people based on where they are and where they come from because that's them. That's how they view the world. That's how they put out what they
Well,
receive.
well, let me
So
say this. Well, let me say this
so
right.
I'm saying when it comes to things that we consider illegal or wrong, certain stuff is mentality and it has to be reprogrammed to even understand that there's something wrong to it. Because what some people that I know, they look at it as capitalism, isn't it? I got a product and I'm giving it to those that want it. I ain't making nobody do nothing. Da, da, da. It's um I'm doing what the demand is. Do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with that.
I'm
But
glad. Hey, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that concept, you I respect the concept when a person is a business person. They look at the thing as a business, as is capitalism, drug, and then when a lot of the drug issues aren't things that we created upon ourselves, but it was a means that the government gave and said, hey, here you go. We want to get some money out of the community, so here we go. And from there, they uh they make the decision in order to be capitalist in whatever it is they choose when it comes to that the lifestyle.
Let me say this. I know you heard of the old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. I know,
Exactly.
I know for a fact. This ain't nothing. I'm guessing. People broke a lot of ties with me, won't fuck with me because of how I talk, how I am. But at the end of the day, I got the heart of a, I got the, you know what I'm saying. I give a motherfucker the shirt off my back. You know what I mean? And
And that's what I'm saying. Now, I
yeah,
know I know your character.
but motherfuckers come off. I come off like like you said, because I cuss a lot and how I talk, and then that deter people from fucking with me. I understand that. That's unacceptable. But I'm not. I'm not a. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not a brown noser. I'm not. I ain't trying to be in the in crowd. You know what I mean? And I'm not an ass kisser. So if you don't want to fuck with me, yes, that's your loss. That's how I feel about it. That's just gonna be your loss because you judge me by my cover. You didn't go to chapter 4. You know, chapter 4 of my book and say, oh wow, he's talking. You know what I mean? He's really he's a little rough on the edges. He cuss a lot and he talk ghetto, but he actually is a good guy. So that's not my fault. If that's how
And
you know
and
what I'm saying.
and, and
You know
again,
what
you see,
I
I
mean?
said I know your character, so I'm not judging that. For me, I'm comfortable with who you are.
Yeah,
You but
like
also
you
I'm
say,
the type of person that I ain't brown nosing nobody, but I will adjust according to the environment that I'm in order to try to make bridges and create a comfortable platform for
but
everybody to be able to
but
communicate.
but like you say, you're gonna get a lot of flack for this interview because, like you said, why did you let them do talk like this and did this and I? I mean, this out the mud, man. It's real talk, man. I couldn't have did it no other way. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker want me to be fake, I'd be fake, but I can't do that. I can't be fake, man. I ain't I gotta be me, man. I know people say I'm an asshole. People say I'm arrogant. My girl tell me this. You know what I mean? My own family tell me this. I'm not no. I am a people person, and I'm not a people person. You know what I
And
mean?
all that's relative. All that's relative to your audience, to who you speaking to,
Yeah.
or who you doing
And
business with.
a lot of people like my podcast because I keep it real. A lot of people
How many
love my
times
shit.
have I been on it?
You know what I mean? A lot of people love my shit. A lot
How
of
many
people don't
times have
like
I
it.
been on your podcast?
Huh?
How many times have I been on your podcast?
A few times.
So I'm not saying that I have an issue. I'm saying that I
Oh
guess
no, me and you never
all I'm
right,
saying is that for
right.
those that have the sensitivity, I'm gonna have to put up the parental
Parental
guide.
guidance. Yeah, put
So
that parental. Hey, George, put that parental guidance tag on this one when you when you post
I'm gonna have
when you
to.
post when you post it. But make
Yeah,
sure this ain't no PG-13 interview. You know what I'm saying? X
yeah. But
18
but
and
but
up.
what I do see, what I do want to do is I want to go more into some of more of your creative basis. So what caused you to get into barbecue? What caused you to start Fat Boy?
Uh, Cause I always thought that I could cook ribs. I just always thought I had the best ribs. I'll be talking shit, and it just translated into a business. I'm like, this is when I went cold turkey, and I was like, I was going to all my homeboys that sold drugs, and I was like, man, what you going? Let me get 200, man. I'm trying to build this state of the art grill, man. I'm finna sell slabs of ribs instead of slabs of dope. They laughed at me, man. Now if I would have came to them same niggas and said, hey man, Joe Blow down in Detroit, my old connect down there. I'm finna go down and get these keys, man. Let me get $200 on it. They'd have been at my doorstep knocking. So anyway, like I said, I started it because it just was something that um I enjoyed it. I enjoy cooking. And I said I can make this shit into some revenue. You know what I'm saying? I said I come up with a catchy phrase, catchy name, Fat Boy. That's with an I, not a Y, and all one word, Fat Boy style barbecue. You know what I'm saying? My cousin used to always make some food and he'll post Fat Boy style. And I said, Fat Boy style, that's catchy. And I stole that from my cousin, Fat Boy style. Then I just put the barbecue on the end of it and catering it. I do a lot of stuff, man, for the My Foundation, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? My business is seasonable. It's a seasonable business, but the last 2, 3 years, I done got a lot of revenue, man, out of my business. I've stayed busy. I'm somewhere I do $600, $700, on jobs at a time, and the revenue good. It's good money in catering, man. It's great money in catering, and it's something I enjoy doing. To answer your question, because it was something I
Okay,
enjoyed. It was something I enjoyed. And by the way, I got my own sauce and seasoning. You know what I'm saying?
awesome.
Yep. So and then
Now and now I want to go into you started a mentoring program.
yep.
So talk about that. Talk about your urban youth mentoring program.
Okay. Well, originally it was called R.I.P. man. My homeboy Champ, man. Champ Daniel Williams, man. Rest his soul. Good brother. Good brother. Good brother. Good church brother. He saved my life. He one of the reasons I'm still here today. We had started a mentoring program called "The Game Ain't for Everybody." That was the name of it. The Game Ain't for Everybody. Mentoring, and I switched it over to Flint Urban Youth Mentors, and I was just doing a lot of stuff in the community for the kids, like we was getting them coats, and getting them haircuts, get the girls hairdo and shit like that. and then originally my first I was gonna get a I was gonna make like a computer lab for the kids and like a study hall environment, take them on field trips upon good report cards like to the Piston games and stuff like that. And all year round, not school time, just all year round. Get them if they need somebody to talk to, call me for the peer pressure. I know peer pressure. I always no judgment. I had a hotline open for them 24 hours, and I didn't never get to the study lab. I on laptops and all that stuff. Which is still I just relaunched it this year. I paid up
Okay.
all my everything paid up. I don't owe the state or the 501. I don't owe nobody nothing. I paid everything up. I relaunched it. I just relaunched it because I had fell off for a couple years, and I just relaunched Flint Urban Youth Mentors, man. I just relaunched it, and hopefully soon I have a home for them. Like I said, computer labs, bring in guys like you to to lectures and stuff like that, just for speakers, motivational speakers and tutors and stuff like that, and helping the community out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just a mentoring program, man. I when I do my water, when I give out water and stuff, I use that name. When I'm doing anytime I'm doing something to help the community, I use Flint Urban Youth Mentors. And it's more than mentor, it's more than a mentor program. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help everybody with it. And
Okay.
that's and like I said, rest his soul, man. Daniel Chap Williams, man. He wasn't no street guy. He saved my life, man. He came into my life at the darkest point when I was going through Fed court, and he came and he prayed for me, and he said, "T, I need somebody from the street perspective to help me do this mentor program." I was the perfect candidate. You know what I mean? We got real tight, and he died on me, man. Matter of fact, I dedicated the water crisis to him. My water crisis memoir. You'll see it when you go.
Blackwater.
Huh? Yeah, Blackwater.
Blackwater.
Yeah, I did. It's dedicated to Daniel Chat Williams. A good brother, man. He was a good brother, man.
Now let's go into that. You're also an author, man. You're also an author. Now,
Yep.
how did that come about? And you have three books, not just one, but three. So talk
Well,
about that journey.
while I was sitting in the, I was always order books in the joint. When I was in the joint, I spent probably like $400 a month on books, on urban books. See, it was I was still into that street shit. Even though I was in prison, I still was glorifying that life. So I was buying all these books and stuff. But then I was like, all this is my lifestyle. I can write about this. So I got me some prison. I wrote my first book on some prison stationery. I ain't got it right now. I will show it to you. It's MDOC, Michigan Department of Correctional stationery, man. I was going to office and I steal it out the counsel's office. Give me enough. Get about this thick. And I was writing. I wrote my first book on the back of it. You know what I'm saying? Green pieces of paper to lick. And
Okay.
I write under the urban genre. You know what urban mean, right?
Yes.
Urban America, well, the hood. So drugs
Right.
and guns and all that. But I broke the chain when I wrote this water crisis memoir. I said I can write. I can do something positive too. I ain't gonna just stuck on this urban genre. That's how the water crisis came upon Black Water. And I got like I said, I my two urban books is Green Pieces of Paper to Lick and Nothing to Something to Come Up. And they about Flint, Michigan. It's a mixture of nonfiction and fiction. You gotta change the names to protect the innocent. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
actual events with changed names. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
Yeah. So it's a combination of nonfiction and fiction. That's how I write my books. And shout out to my man. It's the crazy part about it. I owe the reason why I started writing books to a female, Nikki Turner and Terry Woods. I bought all their books, and I always call them my sheroes. You know how you got a hero? They my
Yeah.
sheroes. And I'm not ashamed to say a woman influenced me to write books. It was Terry Woods and Nikki Turner, man. And I met Terry Woods a few years ago at this book thing made my day, man. And I told her too. I said, because of you, I wrote these books. And yeah, man. But that's who inspired me, man. Two women that inspired me, Nikki Turner and Terry Woods, man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's
So
that,
we
that was
right
my
at the
that
hour.
was
We
my
right at
inspiration.
that hour point where we've been here 1 hour and 44 seconds, and
Okay.
I got a few questions that I want to end with, and I just want you to give me your viewpoint and of what that is. So one is, do you believe in God? How does and how did and does that play a role in your life right now?
I'm gonna answer that question like this. God is the greatest. God the greatest, man. I know I'm supposed to be in somebody's graveyard. He ain't through with me yet, man. He keep giving me chances. I just went through major surgery. Um, I survived the game. I survived the crack game. I survived prison. You know what I mean? God is the greatest, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even supposed to be here talking to you right now. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I answer that like that. So I know you take that. You know I believe in God by just telling you that. You know?
Gotcha.
Yep.
Now, this one is, do you have any regrets? If so, what?
Regrets of what? What?
About anything in life.
Nah, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm a firm believer that anything that you're going through, it was already God. It was etched in stone. It was as it was. If you was gonna turn right at the light, that's what you was. You know what I'm saying? It was already etched in stone that I was gonna turn right at the light. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't regret nothing or question nothing because it is what it is, man. It's meant to be. I think that's what I'm a firm believer in that. A lot of people would disagree with me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I'm a firm believer in it. It is what it is. It's etched. Your life is etched in stone already. It's already your future is already set. You just gotta get to the destination. You know what I mean? Your journey, your journey in life. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, why did you choose to get your degrees, and how have they changed your life?
Well, I guess I answered that earlier. I chose to get my degrees to make my mama proud. And they don't tell you the truth. Like I was telling you, it ain't nothing but a piece of paper. They ain't really changed my life. You know what I mean? The stuff I'm doing, I could do without that degree. It's the businesses I got, the revenue I make. I, they were just pieces of paper, like I told you. I gave it to my mom. It was a trophy. It was a trophy for my mom, so she can brag to her friends. Yeah, look what my son brought me. He brought me instead of bringing me grief and bad. You know what I'm saying? Bad news and grief. He brought me these degrees, and that's what I did it for my mom. Made my mama proud. But they didn't change. To tell you the truth, it didn't change my life. As far as what I'm, you know what I mean? That's why I say they
Hmm.
just the paper, man. But it's more than pieces of paper to my mama. You know what I mean? So,
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
yo,
And now this question: what is family?
man, I got it tatted on my chest, man. Family is all, man. I mean, sometimes they get on your nerve, man. Sometimes they're your own. Sometimes family is your own worst enemy. But at the end of the day, family is all, man. I love my family, man. You know what I mean? Um, even though you heard of the saying, you can't choose who you related to, but you can choose your family.
Right.
You can't choose who you related to. If you was my cousin, because your dad and my dad was brothers, we can't change that. But me calling you my family, Like you and Big George, I can pick that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, family is all, man. Family is all. You know,
What is loyalty?
loyalty, man, is to have someone's back to the end, man. No matter what, no matter what, no matter what. Staying loyal is not stabbing them in the back ever. Got their back forever, man. Loyalty is hard to come by, man. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Loyalty come by, man. And if you got loyalty in your life, if you got someone that's loyal to you, or you loyal to someone, you know what I'm saying? That mean a lot. You know what I mean? Like I say, I define loyalty is to have someone's back. Never cheat on, never, never down. You know what I mean? Just man, loyalty is man. It's. I got a couple different definitions for loyalty, but overall, loyalty is just to have your someone's back, man. No matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Would you consider yourself a loyal person?
To a certain extent. Yeah, yeah. If I'm with you, I'm with you. Yeah, hell yeah. If I'm with you, I'm ride or die, man. Put it like that. I'm a ride or die person. If we doing a project together, or yeah, I'm loyal. I'm a loyal. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm loyal. Hell yeah. I consider myself loyal. Um, yeah, I consider myself a loyal person, man, because I don't. When I got your back, I got your back, man. We going all the way out, man. You know what I mean? When I got your
Yeah.
back, I got your back. What's understood ain't got to be explained. But yeah, I would consider myself loyal. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yep.
Good
I would.
stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you feel you get support? If not, what do you believe needs to change in order for that to happen?
Okay. I'm gonna flip it a little bit. Support. I learned you gonna get support. Like I write books. My support come from strangers, man. People in your own city, like Flint, Michigan, man. They hate on you. They don't support you like they should. Don't nobody owe me shit. I don't get it twisted. They don't owe me a goddamn thing. But I just feel okay. Let me give you a good example. I fell out with a homeboy because he didn't buy my books. He said, "Man,
Okay.
he gonna tell me if it was a cookbook, because he into cooking, I would buy it." Okay, I flipped it on him. I said, "Man, if you had wrote something about a jar of shit on the countertop, I would buy it. Even if I don't mean I gotta read it, or I would support you. I'm gonna come get it. I'm gonna come support you, man. I'm gonna come buy it or whatever you doing. Whatever you, if you selling bottles of water on the corner, I'm gonna come buy a bottle of water from you. I'm gonna support, whether I drink the water or not. I'm gonna support you. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, you just don't get enough support from people that say they love you and people that in your city, in your own city, man. Your support comes from strangers, man. I learned it. This ain't nothing that I'm saying. This is what I learned, man. All my
Hmm.
support comes from strangers, man. My biggest support, now don't get it twisted. Now I got some homeboys that supported my book just for me, that supported my craft or whatever I was doing because of me. Then I got some motherfuckers that won't support shit that I know they should. You know what I'm saying? I'm supporting anything that's around me, man. Like I said, my homeboy could be selling a jar of shit. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna buy it, whether I use it or not. I'm gonna, that's just simple as that. And that goes back to what you were talking about loyalty. That's all about being loyal. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta agree with what you're doing, but I'm gonna support you. You know what I mean? I might not be into porn. And we're gonna put it like that. Some shit like that. You might have made a porn movie or something. And I'm like, I don't agree with you making a porn movie, but I'm gonna buy it. Don't mean I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna support you because that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just and I just feel not to knock my city, not to knock. I hope people don't take it the wrong way, but Flint don't support me like they should, man. And I'm gonna just say it. This OT was out. It's out the mud, man. OTW, man. Don't say it. You know,
OTM.
people don't
OTM.
OTM. People don't support me, man, like they should, man. For my city, man. This is really a supportive city, man. If you, I get back to if you ain't brown nosing or in the in crowd. Now, if I was in the in crowd, I would get all the support I needed plus. But I ain't that type of guy, man. You know what I mean? I keep it moving, man. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Only gonna, I'm only gonna tolerate so much before I keep it moving. I'm just going,
Got
all
it.
right, peace. All right, man, peace. I'm gonna keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Understood.
I ain't finna spend much energy trying to convince you that you should fuck with me. I ain't finna do that. You know what I mean? So that's just the type of nigga I am. I always been like that, man. That's where the arrogance and the asshole come from. People call me. Like I said, my own family even call me that. 'Cause I only do my tolerance, man. Is only, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
yep.
So three more questions. Have I been loyal to you?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. You ain't never told me you ain't never did nothing. You ain't never said nothing you wasn't gonna do. Well, so that you I mean you always got my back. You know what I mean? You ain't did nothing to deter me to make me feel you not loyal. You get what I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never deterred me. Well, I can second guess, man. That George, man, full of shit. You ain't never did nothing to me to deter me to even second doubt you. Second, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would consider, I would consider you. You know what I mean? Like we tried, how long we been trying to make this interview happen for a minute, and we did it. You didn't fail me. You hit my phone today. Said 7 o'clock. We got on this mug at 7:30 after our technical difficulties. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. Nah, you nah. I would consider you a loyal person, man. Oh yeah, yep.
Have I supported you?
To the fullest, to the fullest, to the fullest. Yep.
And the last question is, what's so special about Flint?
Um, to be such a small community. Um, how I want to put it. It's a lot of talent here. Flint is special because there's a lot of talent here. We got talented athletes. We got talented rappers. We got talented authors. Um, we got it's a lot of talent here, man. To be so of a small community, man. We got a lot. We rich in character too, man. We rich in character, and there ain't no other place like Flint, man. I got a homeboy that's from Detroit. He called us, but he grew up in Detroit, but he was grown here. He grew here. He always called this his second home, and he called it Flint, Mississippi. He said ain't no other city in the world, man. He said he called it Flint, Mississippi. He from Detroit. This is his second home. He claimed Flint and everything, and he said, man, you know what? He said, you know what, T? He said there ain't no other city like Flint, Mississippi, man. He said it's Flint, Mississippi. He said ain't no other city like this in the world. You got beautiful women here, and you got a bunch of talent in a small, in a small location, man. Because you could be on any side of town. Ain't no fireplace in Flint. You can be from the farthest point in Beecher to the farthest point in Grand Blanc in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no,
Mhm.
just like Detroit. For example, man, it take you an hour to come from the deep east side to go to the deep west side. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I love man. You just got a lot of talent here, man. We got a lot of talent, and to be so small, man. We got a lot of talent here, man. And that's what's special about Flint to me. We got real talented, man. We're a real talented city, man. You know what I mean? Tight knit when we want to be. Uh, Not tight knit when we want to be. But the overall, I give my city a B plus, man. You know what I mean? On a scale of A to E, I give Flint a B plus, man. It's a good city. The water crisis, of course, the water crisis set us back, and I just think there's no other place like it, man, in America, man. So, well, that's what I feel about Flint. That's why I feel so special about it. But the talent pool, you know.
Okay. So anything you want to close out on? What do you want to end with?
Well, closing remarks. I would want to say to all the little homies, man, learn through me. You don't gotta go to nobody prison and smell another nigga's feet and butt in that little 8x10 cell. Just learn through me, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth you leaving your family. Um, it's not worth it, man. Not, it's a waste of life, man. Um, I gotta go to the bathroom, boss, and all that shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Um, what else do I want to say? Um, I mean, support your city, man. Michigan, support your own, man. Y'all get fuck all this separation shit. That's what we didn't touch on, George. All this separation shit, man. I don't fuck with such and such because of some type of hidden agenda. Fuck all that, man. We too small knit. We need to come together, man. You said it good the other day when me and you was talking. You was like, man, I don't want to hear that about who you don't fuck with or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, we so small, everybody should support everything. Like I'm gonna support OTM to the fullest. You know what I mean? Just like I know you support Flint After Dark to the fullest. And I just think, man, we just need to come together, man. We need to come together, um, and lead by example, man. God is the greatest. Um, I love my city and I love my family, man. Uh, that's pretty much it, bro.
All right. Well, this is technically episode 3, but officially episode 2 of OTM Out the Mud. You've had a very raw experience here. You know, it's not going to be for the palate or appetite for some people, but for some people, y'all can look past that and hear what this man said
Let,
and got all the jewels that he dropped.
let me
And that's
say
what I'm asking you to do.
let me say this, Joe. Right. It's about what the jewels are. By no way, shape, or form am I glorifying none of that drug shit I was talking about. I'm not glorifying that shit. I hate it happened. It was part of my destination. It was part of my journey. And like George said, get the get the food, get the food out of what I was talking about. You dig? Disciple the bullshit and get the growth and everything out of what I was talking about. Because I put some valid points in between. And like I by no way, shape, or form I'm glorifying selling no drugs or none of that shit. That's for losers, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. All the losers in the penitentiary, and all that street shit overrated, that gangster shit, and get the meat out of it. Get the meat out of what I was saying to y'all. There you go, George.
Yeah. And I would like to end with this is that, you know, you just listen to Terrence O. Sales, a person that just shared part of his journey with you, from being raised here in the Flint community, Beecher community, and the missteps that he took and the triumphs that he's made to this point. And even while he's recovering from being recently out of the hospital in surgery, he's here sharing. So again, I come from a diverse place. Flint, you're gonna find. Look, we got billionaires here, and we have people that don't have, nothing. And I know many of them. Some I'll have on the show. Some will never come on the show because, they just like to be in the shadows. But what I would like people to understand is that the diversity of our community is the strength of our future. And if we can create the bridges that cause us to have the communication we need in order to figure out what it is that we can do to help each other, then our city is on a good track. But if we can't figure out how to come together through our diversity and the things that we may not agree with, to get to the things that we do agree with, then I don't know what we're doing. So I'd like to appreciate Mr. Sales again, T Sales, for coming out and giving me the opportunity to take this time to dig into his life a little bit and to share his 3 books and to share his business, Fat Boys Style Barbecue, to share his mentoring program, and to share all the things that he has produced to uplift his surroundings in order to give a lighter environment for a dark space. And we're going to share all of his links and things of that nature. And I want you to support him. I want you to purchase his books. I want you to ask to be on his shows and ask to do business with his barbecue company, because that's how we survive, and that's how we thrive, and that's how we move on to the future to make things look better than what they are now. So this is George Grundy II, your favorite veteran, and I'm out. Peace.
Peace.